Hare Krishna, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, we can
Yes,
hear you.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
So we'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaya Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे हरिहराय नमः कृष्णाय यादवाय नमः यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः गोविंद हरि बोल गोपाल हरि बोल राधा रमण गोविंद हरि बोल जय राधा गोविंद श्री राधे जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। Oh. So, welcome you all to the level 1 class, and today we are going to learn and discuss about chapter number 16. So, this is one of the important chapters in Jnana Yoga chapters, where we'll be knowing about the what exactly are the qualities a person who is a sadhaka and who is in a sattva guna and wanted to practice the spirituality. Okay, and we'll have a clear-cut demarcation like what are the good qualities and what are the bad qualities. Okay, so all this chapter is about that. So the main idea is that wherever we are finding lacunae in our progress and development, we can correlate and we can try to practice or implement it in the daily life. Okay. Fearlessness, purifications of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault, finding compassion for all living entity, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to the godly men endowed with the divine nature. Okay, so the above mentioned are all. So, self-control, charity, fearlessness is the first and foremost quality. Purifications of one existence. This include both internal as well as the external purification. External in the form of Veding and all, and internal in the form of a chanting. Okay. Or study of the Vedas, that is regular study of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, austerity of the speech and to the body, everything, and simplicity of the life, and non-violence, that is also the way we communicate to others, truthfulness, freedom from anger, and renunciation, tranquility. These are, so we shouldn't be wasting our time in finding fault of others, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, so vigor, forgiveness, all these things are a characteristic of a pure devotee. Okay. Dambho darpo bhimanascha krodha parushyamev cha ajnanam cha bijatasya partha sampadamasarim. So arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance, these qualities belong to those demonic nature, O son of Pritha. So here an elephant, mad elephant. Generally, a tamed one will listen to everything which is there around, and it will not behave in such an erratic way. But people, this is just an example, but even the people, who are filled with lot of appearances and lot of qualifications and all those things, the arrogance, pride, anger, everything will come to them. They try to behave irrationally towards all other living entities. So such a quality is said to be in a demonic nature. Okay. Daivi sampad vimokshaya anibandhaya surimata masucha sampadam daivim ma bijatosi pandava. These transcendental qualities are connected to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities make for bondage. So do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. Okay. So you have seen the mad elephant. So many people, that's an example of many elephant. But in day-to-day life, you can see people who have little bit possession of the wealth or a property or awards, degrees, rewards, everything and all. There is no control over their behavior towards other living entities. So they'll try to behave in a very erratic way. Okay, but you don't have all those demonic qualities, Arjuna. So you are having all divine qualities. Okay, that's what Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna. O son of Pritha, in this world, there are two kinds of created beings are there. Okay, one is called the divine people, like all the devotees, everyone will come in that. And other is the demonic people, the one who are exactly opposite to the devotees. I have already explained it to you at length, the divine qualities. Now hear from me the demonic quality, because the first slide itself is describing about the divine qualities of the Lord. Okay, so now we will listen to the demonic qualities. You can see, yeah. Pravritrim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasura na saucham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Those who are demonic do not know what is to be done. Okay, and what is not to be done. Okay, neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. So they are directionless because there is no regulated life. If you take a devotee, he has to get up early in the morning, do the chanting, do the Mangalarti, do all the cleanliness part, and is much regulated in his behavior, and he has to read the scriptures, and do the karma yoga and offer the result to the Lord. So many things are there for him. But for us, the demonic people, they are directionless. Yeah, just a minute. Hare Krishna. So they are directionless and they don't have any regulated thing like what exactly are to be done. Okay. So असत्यम अप्रतिष्ठं ते जगद आहूरनीश्वरम् अपारस्परसम्भूतं किं मन्यत् कामहेतुकम्. They say that in this world is unreal, that there is no foundation, there is no God in control. It is produce of sex desire and has no cause other than the lust, which is exactly a very wrong notion. Okay, so following such conclusions, the demonic who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world because they are directionless. In a human body also, the signaling pathways when it go derange and all. Okay, so it will unnecessarily produce different type of genetic disorders or malignancies, what not everything, isn't it? One regulator genes are there means then automatically it will go in a proper way. So unregulated genes, how it can cause a disease in a human life. Similarly, the demonic people, they are unregulated. They don't have any proper direction how to go about and all those things. So by their undirectional views and ideas and everything, so they become threat to the society and they do all the things which are destructive to the mankind. Okay. Just a minute. I am getting a call from hospital. Hare Krishna. Sorry. Yeah. The demonic asking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and fall prestige. Okay. And they thus being illusion or always want to unclean work attracted by the impermanent things. Okay. These are all temporary things. So the four regulative principles, what we follow is no intoxication, no illicit relationship outside a marriage, no gambling, and no meat eating. So these people will follow all these things. They believe that gratifying the senses to an end is the prime necessity of the human civilization. Thus, there is no end to their anxiety. Being bound by hundreds and thousands of desire, by lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for the sense gratifications. Because to enjoy all these things, they need a money, isn't it? So they take the path of this illegal means of acquiring money to please their senses. Okay, the demonic person thinks, so much of wealth do I have today, I will gain more according to my schemes. So most of the time he'll be busy, like how to acquire wealth and all. Okay, so much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemy will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am the perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man surrounded by aristocratic relatives. So there is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifice. I shall give some charity. I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Okay, so there is no end. They think that they are the supreme personality of the Godhead by themselves. So at last, they have to leave this material world. So nobody's going to take anything, only as long as you're there. Maybe the livelihood or uh, uh, the real happiness will not come from all these riches, It only comes from having a clear motto to satisfy your soul by doing service towards the Lord, because the soul has to go back to the super soul. Okay, forgetting that if we try to engage ourselves, which are distractable to our day-to-day life, then automatically we will be lost nowhere. So here are various examples. This is a picture of Prahlad Maharaj, who is sitting in his father's lap of Hiranyakashipu. You know how he has struggled for the dharma, a divine quality and a demonic quality. You got a quite contrast characters in one particular family. Similarly, you can see Ravana Brahma. Here he came in the form of a beggar to abduct Sita Maya. Okay, and this is a picture of, again, I exactly don't remember. Yeah, again, see the divine and demonic quality, they think exactly opposite of what divine people think like, and always have that attachment to certain materialistic things. When that attachment is not been fulfilled, they get anger, okay, and they become greedy for all the opulences of the Lord, and thereby the downfall starts. They're perplexed by various anxiety and bound by a network of illusion. One becomes too strongly attached to the sense enjoyment and falls down the hell. Okay. So so how to disengage ourselves from getting trapped into all these things? Okay, we will come to know about it. Okay, bewildered by false ego, strength and pride, lust and anger, the demon becomes envious of Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who is situated in his own body and the body of others, and blasphemes against the real religion. So this is a picture of Lord Krishna, who is punishing Shishupala. Okay, he is a cousin of Lord Krishna. When he was born, he was born in a disfigured way. So Shishupala and Dantavaktra are nothing but the Jaya Vijaya, who are the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha Loka. Because of the curse, they will be born like this. And when Shishupala was born, he was disfigured. But when Shishupala's mother gave him to Lord Krishna, and he'll become absolutely normal. So she will understand, if anybody is going to trouble or kill my son, it would be Lord Krishna. Okay, so she will go and ask for him one boon, that don't kill my child if he does any of the mistakes in his life. Then Lord Krishna will say, okay, for 100 mistakes I will forgive him, but not for 101 mistake. Okay, so how much ever he blasphemes him, or he unworthy words or whatnot, everything he says, Lord has tolerated all those things. But once he crossed that 100th one for 101 sin, then he has released the Sudarshan Chakra, thereby killing the Shishupala then and there. Okay, so people who are in the demonic quality, they take pride in the self and puffed up with a false ego, and they always try to look upon other people. They don't, what do you say? Something like a jaundiced people, if you take any person who is having a jaundice, for everything looks yellow for him, because he is having a jaundice, not that the other person is yellow and all. Okay. Similarly, the person who is having a demonic or the divine qualities, so they try to see the other person as a divine and demonic. Okay. So they try, because a thief will think maybe the other person has come to steal something from me. So such qualities they imbibe or acquire, and they live with that. That becomes their character automatically. Okay. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are lowest among the men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demonic species of these people will not get liberation. Again, they have to complete the cycle of birth and death, and depending on the even more heinous crimes and all, they'll be forced to be born in a lower species of animals. Attaining repeating births among the species of demonic life, such persons can never approach me. So unnecessarily, it is like repeaters, where they'll be completely um, writing the exams again, but they don't clear the exam. Similarly, these people, they'll be stuck in doing this karmic thing. They will never come out of it. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. Okay. त्रिविधं नरकास्येदं द्वारं नाशनमात्मना कामक्रोधास्तथा लोभास्तस्मादेतत्त्रयं त्यजेत्. These are the three gates leading to the hell: lust, greed, and anger. Every sane man should give up this, for these they lead to the degradation of the soul. These are the three gates leading to this hell, and you can see this picture: lust, greed, and anger. Once you have an attachment, Duryodhana has an attachment towards the kingdom. He became greedy about it, and once he is not getting the kingdom, then he got an anger and he was ready to fight the Kurukshetra war. So that way the downfall starts. The man who has escaped all these three gates, and O son of Kunti, perform act conducive to self-realization, then gradually attain the supreme destination. You can see this. What they will do, they will accept the spiritual master, study of the Vedas, and they perform the austerity of the mind, body, speech, everything. They have a sense control, and they have a spiritual knowledge. Thereby, he will be progressing further in the bhakti. या शास्त्राविदमुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारता न सा सिद्धिम् अवाप्नोति न सुखं न परं गतिम्. But he who discards spiritual injunctions and acts according to his own whims neither attains perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destinations. So a person's structured way of doing, if they do it, they will attain the required this thing. Say, suppose if you have taken up a course, you have to do the assessments, internal assessment, practicals. Likewise, a systematic study and proper examination you will be awarded a certificate, right? So similarly, the spiritual practice is also like that. You cannot do whimsically as per your as you wish. Okay, you need to follow right path by taking a shelter of a guru who will guide you to progress further in this. तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रणमं ते कार्याव्यवस्थितो ज्ञानशास्त्रविनोद विधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुम् अर्हसि. One should understand what is duty and what is not a duty by regulators of the scriptures. So one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. So the divine quality is the one who are selfless, free from anger, delusion, lust, greed, and anger, and austerity of the speech, and non-violence, so truthfulness, all these things and quite opposite that, people who don't follow any regulative principles, indulge in gambling, meat eating, relationship outside marriage, and intoxication, all these people, they do. So they are like direction, misfired DNA, that can be lead to a different type of a disease process. Similarly, a person who is directionless in his life and is not under following the scriptural injunctions will go whimsically as per his wish and all, and thereby leading to the degradation. So again, the whole purpose of taking a human life will be a waste. You will be born in a lower animal group. Okay, so once we got a human life, the utmost thing is that we have to realize the purpose of a life, awakening the consciousness by dutifully surrendering unto the Lord and having a regulated life. And under the shelter of a spiritual master, we should try to progress further in that. In that way, it becomes easy for us to attain the God. Okay, so this is all about today's chapter. Hare Krishna. Any questions or anything you can ask? One more thing, tomorrow is Kalpana Mataji, Hare Krishna. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, and again I have a
Hare
recitation.
Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, tomorrow I have a Ekadashi recitation, Mataji. I'll be hosting, no? So 7 to 10 will be busy, Mataji. So is it okay if we can complete tomorrow's chapter also today, if devotees are willing to?
As per your wish, Mataji.
Because tomorrow again it will clash with my Ekadashi recitation. That's the reason why I'm asking you. We can complete 17, day after tomorrow, we can complete the 18th chapter. Any doubt in this? Yes, please ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, are you okay to proceed with next chapter? Can you please let us know if you have any. Hare Krishna Mataji, I think you can
Hare
take class,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Are we okay
Mat-
to go ahead with the 17th chapter? Yes. You can just reply on chat.
Okay. Okay, Mataji.
You can continue, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, so the divine and demonic qualities we have learnt about this. What are the qualities required for a devotee, and what are the characteristics by which will not become a devotee? So we'll proceed on to the next chapter, which is the Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, that is called where we'll be learning about the food particles or the items the bhoga what we offer to the Lord and have it as a prasadam, how it's going to impact our consciousness. So this is particular only about the devotee and the people who are strictly following the Shuddha Sattva Guna, okay, who wanted to be in Sattva Guna and wanted to proceed further in that. Okay, so how the food can affect your mind, by reading this you will come to know, and different type of austerities, everything are been also explained in this particular chapter. So the division of faith. Yeah, these are the section of this. Arjuna's inquiry about unauthorized worship. Lord Krishna's answer, the theme also determines one, faith and worship. Foods in 3 modes, sacrifice in 3 modes, 3 kinds of austerities in 3 modes, charity in 3 modes, and at last we'll come to the Om Tat Sat, that is sacrifice, charity, austerity should be offered to the Lord. Okay. So here Arjuna is asking, oh Krishna, what is the solution of one? Okay. Who does not follow the principles of scriptures but worship according to his own imagination. This particular slide was been repeated, I can say, in the 16th chapter also. Is he in the goodness or is in the passion or in the ignorance? Definitely, it's like a misfired gene, which will not listen to anything and it will go according. So definitely that person is said to be in the mode of a passion or a ignorance. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shruno. Okay, so this particular circle, if you can see, the people who are there in Shuddha Sattva Guna, that is a pure devotion service of the Lord, they progress further in the bhakti and they attain Krishna. Okay, whereas people who are there in the Rajoguna, they will be karmic and they always enjoy the fruitive results, and they may go little bit higher planet, but again, most of them will come back to the earth. Okay, whereas Satvaguna, they attain the jnana, mukti, liberation, but not to the Krishna prema. Okay, so we will see in detail what will take to where. According to Supreme Lord said, according to modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one fate can be of three kinds, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance. Now we will come to know detail about it. According to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith, whether he'll be following a good, he'll be a passionate, or a ignorance. Okay. Yajante satvika devan yaksha rakshasam rajasa pretan bhuta ganams chanye yajante tamasa jana. Many in the mode of a goodness worship the demigods. Okay, you can see this first picture is depicting the same. And those in the mode of a passion, you can see they are people worshippers. Okay, and those in the mode of ignorance worship the ghosts and spirit. This again is the repeat slide. What we have studied and learned about in chapter number 9. So whatever the mind, the mode in which we are there at the time of leaving material body, we will acquire the same. So if we are worshipping demigods, you will go to the demigod planet. If you are worshipping a people, you will come back to this planet Earth. But if you are worshipping ghosts and the spirits, then you will go to the lower planets. So those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in scriptures. As you can see in this Bhakti, what do you say? 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, different types of yogas we have seen. All this is not required in what do you say, in the day-to-day practice. Okay, they are performing out of a pride, egoism, lust, and attachments, who are impelled by passion, who torture the bodily organs as well as the super soul dwelling within are to be known as the demons. So this is not required at all. Okay, Hare Krishna. Food in the mode of goodness. Okay, now we have come to the food. Okay, and will increase the duration of one's life, purifies one's existence, and gives strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Okay, such nourishing foods are sweet, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salt, pungent, hot, and dry are liked by the people in the mode of a passion. So what type of a food we are liking, based on that we can assess like in which mode we are in. Okay, such foods always cause pain, distress, and a disease. Okay, in medical science also they say spices and all will lead to stress and all. So less spicy thing is good for your health. Even the science recommend the same. And food cooked more than 3 hours before being eaten, which is tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed. So many people, because of this busy life schedule and all, sometimes in certain set of a people, they cook only weekly once and put everything packed inside the refrigerator and take it out and have it sequentially. So such a people are said to be in the mode of ignorance. Okay, and this is the passion. This particular picture is from the passion, and this particular picture where you can see the worms are coming out is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So this is the uh, sattvic food. Okay, this is the rajasic food, and this is the tamasic food. Now we have completed with the food. Next, we'll come to the sacrifices. So the sacrifices which are performed according to the duty and spiritual rules and with no expectations of the reward is of the nature of the goodness. Okay. And but the one which are performed out of a certain benefit or out of pride is said to be again in the mode of a passions, O chief of Bharata. Okay. And sacrifice that are performed in defense of scriptural injunctions which are in which no spiritual food is distributed, no hymns are chanted, no remunerations are made to the priest, which is faithless. That is said to be the nature of ignorance. I think most of the Lord, this we will come across among many great devotees of the Lord Shiva, where they threaten to, and sometimes they swallow him, some keep in the belly, some, all those things, that means it's not required. See, once people do a sadhana to get liberated, but here they are so much attached to the material worldly things and they trouble the demigods to give them the boon. Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Sauchamarjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. The austerity, now we have come to the austerity of the body. The food we have come to know, and the austerity, say, what is it? Sorry, I forgot. Sacrifices, now we have come to the austerity of the body. So here, worshipping the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, superiors like mother and a father, we have to follow all this divine qualities, what we have discussed in a previous chapter. That is the cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence are also considered to be the austerities of the body. Okay. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat Swadhyabhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Austerity of the speech consists in speaking truthfully and beneficially and avoiding speech that offends. One should also recite the Vedas regularly. So once, all the time, if the Vedas are there on your tongue, then definitely, and having the Krishna Prasad, you can only speak which is beneficial to the mankind. Okay. And serenity, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purity of the thoughts are austerities of the mind. Okay. This particular picture of Veda Vyasa and his son Sukadeva Goswami, you can see the one who is bit bluish hue in texture is the Sukadeva Goswami, and the one who is there in a what do you say? On the back end, you can see a sage. Okay, he is a Vyasadeva. So this particular picture is from a person who, Sukadeva Goswami is a highly elevated personality, and you can see the other girls or the women who are taking bath naked in this particular pond. When Sukadeva Goswami was passing by near that pond, they didn't feel any sort of a shy or embarrassment, because he's totally elevated personality, and seeing him, you don't have any untoward feelings, or there is no reaction, okay? Because spiritually elevated people. Whereas Vyasadeva is also, but when he was passing by, and he is a karmi, okay, as well as a married man having a children, okay. So when he was passing by, all these women who are immersed in taking bath, they are little bit, or to an extent, they are very comfortable, started picking up the clothes and hiding themselves. So, such is a reaction between, if you are encountering with the pure-hearted people, you will be so comfortable. At the same time, if you are indulging with the people who are little bit more into the material existence, so we'll be uncomfortable. Okay. श्रद्धया परया तप्तं तपस्तत्त्रिविधं नरै अफलाकाङ्क्षभिर्युक्तै सात्विकं परिचक्ष्यते. This threefold austerity practiced by men who aim is not to benefit themselves materially but to please the Supreme is the nature of the goodness. Okay, so here are various examples where we do to purify the soul, as well as we get benefited out of this. Okay, this is the Vrindavan Parikrama, where we do it around the Vrindavan, and Govardhana Parikrama is around the Govardhana hill, that is 21 kilometers Parikrama. In this we have got a big as well as a small Parikrama, and Mayapur Parikrama, where people do around the Navadvipa of the Mayapur. Okay. Satkaramana pujartam tapodambhena chaivaya kriyate tat iha proktam rajasam chalama adhruvam. And those penances or austerities which are performed foolishly by means of obstinate self-torture or to destroy or to injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravanasura, all these people have done a severe austerity to please Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva to acquire certain things by which they can destroy the mankind, you know. So such austerities is not beneficial for one for self-realization, okay? Because one day we have to perish. There is no point in acquiring certain qualifications or things which can destroy the mankind. दातव्यम् इति यद्धानं दीयतेनुपकारिणे देशकाले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्. The gift that which is given out of duty at a proper place and time to a worthy person and without expectation of return is considered to be charity in the mode of a goodness. You can see here, brahmacharis were just taking the Krishna book and other books in the hand and educating the mass regarding the same. To if it goes into the a worthy person hand, you know, he will be his spiritual journey start. Okay, one if they come in contact with such a pure-hearted person, so automatically there will be some amount of a change in them. Okay, so such a duty is said to be a right one. Charity given out of duty without expectations are written at a proper place and time and to a worthy person comes to be in the mode of a goodness. Okay. And this particular picture, if you can see in the time of COVID, Corona time, we have seen many people who are helping the poor and taking a selfie and uploading in the social media. This we have seen. So such a thing is said to be in the mode of a passion. Yattu pratyupakaradham phalam uddishya va puna diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam rajasam smritam. Okay, so you can see this. So by charity performed with expectation of some return, people are encashing the work what they have done in the social media and getting some likes or whatnot, everything. Okay, or with a desire for fruitive results or in a grudging mood is said to be the charity in the mode of a passion. Adeshakala yaddanam apatrebhyascha diyate asakrityam avajnatam tattamasam udahritam. And charity performed at an improper place and time to an unworthy person without respect and contempt is charity in the mode of a ignorance. Okay, so that means you can see he is asking for a money for a V. So that should not be given. Okay, that is said to be in the mode of a ignorance. So coming to the Om Tat Sat. From the beginning of creation, Lord is there because he is a seed-giving father and he is creator, maintainer, as well as the annihilator. Okay, they are uttered by the Brahmanas while chanting Vedic hymns and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Supreme. Okay, so thus the transcendentalist undertakes sacrifices, charities, and penances, beginning always with the Om to attain the Supreme. So, O iti etad brahmano nedinoaha namaha. And Om Manas Vishnu, it is placed at the beginning of Vedic hymn to indicate the supreme goal. So, if you take any of these mantras, you know, it starts with the letter Om. Okay. So, one should perform sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word Tat. Okay. That is totally surrendering your work towards the Lord and doing sacrifice in the mode of a goodness and penances towards the work what you are doing and charity in the mode of a goodness. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from all the material entangle. Otherwise, we'll be caught in that conflict of I did that, I made this, I donated this, because of me it is there and all those things. Okay. So this detached work is done for the sake of liberation. Om is to remember Lord. Tat is to get liberated from this results of our labor. Okay. The absolute truth is the objective of devotion service and it is indicated by the word Sat. Okay, the last one is the Sat. First, Om is to remember the Lord. Tat is the detachment by which we can progress towards the liberation. And Now we are come to the Sat. Okay. These works of sacrifice, of penance or charity to the true to the absolute nature are performed to please the Supreme Person, O son of Pritha. Okay. By this, by the Sat means eternal, everlasting. Okay. Remembering the Lord, detaching from the and giving the fruits to the Lord, and it should be all eternal. Okay. So likewise, if we are doing any activity and just releasing the result onto the Lord, we'll be free from all the material entanglement. But sacrifices, austerities, and charities performed without faith in the Supreme are non-permanent. So we are all ourselves are temporary. So the definitely the work what we are doing is also for a limited period of a time, isn't it? The people who are famous now, they will not become be same. They will not have the same thing over a period of a time. Okay, likewise, just like ripples in the water, it will be there only for some amount of a time. Nothing is permanent. Oh, son of Pritha, whatever the regardless of whatever rites are performed, they are called asat and are useless both in this life and the next. So we should always try to do which will elevate us. Okay. So this is the summary of the today's chapter, 17th chapter. Uh, so Arjuna is asking, like, if we do worship Lord as per our own whims and fantasies, is this going to be mode of a goodness, passion, and ignorance? It is mode of a passion or ignorance. Okay. So Lord Krishna is answering, we should always worship in and have a faith and sacrifices, austerities in these. So food which are in three modes, again we have discussed the juicy, fresh fruits and all comes in a mode of Sattva Guna, and the uh, spicy, pungent one in Rajoguna, and stale food comes in the Tamoguna. So to progress further in the Bhakti, we need to have the sattvic food. Okay. Again, next to sacrifices done in three modes. Again, sacrifices done in that sattva guna will liberate us, but whereas the other two will cause the bondages. And three kinds of austerity. Sattva again will help us to progress. The other ones will again lead to the bondages. Charity, three modes. Sattva guna we have to do and get liberated. Other ones we should not be encouraging. So I think it is clear by now. Okay, Om Tat Sat, again we have the sacrifice, remembering the Lord, getting detached from the fruitive results and doing the things which are eternal and it will stay forever. Okay, so this is all about the 17th chapter. Hare Krishna. 18th is just summary of all the 17 chapters. Okay, so I think we have completed almost all Jnana Yoga chapters. Any questions you can ask. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any questions or any doubts? Sixteenth chapter or 17th chapter, anything?